Food sustains us on a daily basis, and keeps us going about our business. It is often delicious, and ranges from many healthy options, to others that are full of junk. Food can either be spicy, sweet or sour, with the option of organic or processed. While most of us tend to eat the food that we buy, there are a number of people out there, who get creative with it, and dare to be different from the rest. As you will witness from this video, it can be an effective weapon, either as it is, or disguised as something far more deadly. Attack of the sandwich. Police were called to a McDonald's restaurant early Saturday, after an employee was allegedly assaulted with a breakfast sandwich. About 5:20 a.m., a man at the drive-thru window was upset his sandwich didn't have an egg inside of it. She told the man she would replace the sandwich, but he became frustrated because she was taking too long, and also the driver of a vehicle behind him continued to honk for him to move his car. The man then threw the hot greasy sandwich at the 38-year-old employee's face, according to police reports. The man then drove off before police arrived. She did not suffer any injuries, and the man was nowhere to be found. A potato thug. A stranger trying to force themselves into your home can be a scary experience. It might be a lot less scarier if the intruder is armed with something you usually snack on from the local chippy. In September of 2018, in California, a woman had to fend off a man who forced his way into her home and threatened her with a potato, in which he had carved the initial of her first name. 41-year-old William James threatened the woman because she had been arguing with his girlfriend. With the potato in hand, he continued to threaten the woman. Soon the police arrived, and he was placed under arrest. William told the police he was armed with a potato because it would increase his punching power. He was later sentenced to 1 year in prison, and was put on supervised probation. The spaghetti sauce bomb. Back in 2013, a bomb squad had to be called into the Fifth Third Bank, located in Clinton Township, Michigan. A woman had just robbed the place, walking away with $10,000, and left behind a bag she claimed contained explosives. Police secured the scene by cordoning off the bank. When the bomb squad was through, they did not find any explosives. Instead, they found 2 cans of tomato sauce. A few days later, police found and arrested OPHELIA Amelia, and charged her with bank robbery. Despite the fact that her bomb turned out to be just a few cans of tomato sauce, police decided to charge her with the attempt of using explosives. The use of avocado as a grenade. This fruit is widely popular for gym fanatics, and originated from Mexico, roughly 7,000 years ago. It contains plenty of monounsaturated fatty acids, which lowers blood cholesterol to improve blood circulation. You can use it in a sandwich, a salad, or if you are feeling particularly brave, in a bank robbery. That's right. Back in June of 2019, a man in Israel robbed 2 banks using an avocado. He had painted it black, and somehow convinced bank employees that the delicious fruit was a grenade. The 47-year-old man walked into a postal bank at a big shopping mall, and asked the cashier to hand over the money in the drawer. When the cashier froze, the man got impatient and told the cashier to put the money in the bag quickly, or he will throw the grenade. The man walked away with $6,000. Thankfully, the man was tracked through his cell phone signal, and was arrested shortly after. Soup assault of the day. Every mall has a food court. During mealtimes they can get really noisy and crowded. It is understandable if people get on each other's nerves. From time to time, sometimes a few harsh looks, and in other cases a few harsh words are exchanged, and nothing more. And maybe, just maybe, once in a blue moon, a couple of senior citizens use soup to assault another member of the public. In the summer of 2019, in a mall located in the city of Vancouver, Canada, 2 senior citizens got into an argument with a 43-year-old woman. It escalated when the 2 elderly folks poured hot soup on the woman. Police were called, and the couple were handcuffed and escorted out of the mall. Thankfully, according to the police, the woman did not suffer any life-altering injuries. Zucchini 1, Bear 0. Bears are mammals, belonging to the Ursidae family. You can find bears in North and South America, Europe, and Asia. They can survive roughly 25 years in the wild, or 50 years in captivity. Also, a little known fact, at least one of them hates zucchini. That is because of the desperate actions of a Montana woman, who found herself face to face with a 200-pound black bear. Lieutenant Rich Moricelli, of Missoula Sheriff's Department said, that just after midnight, the bear attacked the woman's dog on the back porch of her house. The attack happened when the woman let her 3 dogs out for one last time, before she went to bed. 2 of her dogs spotted the bear, and ran away. Her 3rd dog stayed close to the woman who stood in the doorway. Then, suddenly, the bear attacked the dog, and the woman was forced to kick the bear. The bear slashed at her legs, ripping her jeans. Now fully concentrating on the woman, the bear tried to enter the house, and managed to stick its head in, before the woman could get the door fully closed. With one hand, she held onto the door, and with the other she grabbed the closest thing she could find, a 14-inch zucchini she had grown in her own garden. She threw it at the bear right on his head. Miraculously, that did the trick, as the bear took off. Thankfully, neither the woman nor her dog were badly injured, and both were on the mend within a short period of time. Cucumbers do a number of important things for your body. It keeps you hydrated, helps to clear waste, and prevents the development of cancer. If 28-year-old Gary, from Scotland, had eaten the cucumber in his possession, he would have enjoyed all of those previously mentioned health benefits, and not end up in prison. Instead, he stuffed the cucumber in a black sock, ventured into a betting house, and attempted to rob one of the employees. She refused to hand over any cash. Gary was then tackled and arrested by an off-duty police officer. That was when the black sock was removed from the so-called weapon, only to reveal that it was just a cucumber. Gary tried to reason with the police, saying he was forced to do this by a friend. The story didn't add up, and there was no evidence to suggest it was true. In the end, the 28-year-old was sentenced to 3 years and 4 months. An assault with a deadly high five. Food allergies are more serious than you think. According to Food Allergy Research and Education, 32 million Americans suffer from it on a daily basis. And every 3 minutes, someone ends up in the emergency room because of it. In 2018, a 14-year-old girl was rushed to hospital in UK, after suffering an allergic reaction to pineapple, during her lunch period at school. She had not eaten the tasty tropical fruit, as she knew she was allergic. She only started showing symptoms after another 14-year-old girl high-fived her in the corridor. Turns out, the other girl knew the soon-to-be victim was allergic to pineapples. She did it on purpose. Because of this, she was charged in juvenile court with assault, conspiracy, and other offenses. 2 other girls were slapped with conspiracy charges as well. Upon further investigation, the police found that the victim's allergy was well known, and that pineapple was not served at the school during the time in question. Someone brought the pineapple from home. This was an intentional act, Lieutenant Matt Pearson remarked. They sat at the lunch table right next to her, and talked about doing it. Some had reservations, but they still decided to go through with it. Breakfast served in a man's face. Bacon, eggs, beans and toast go hand in hand when indulging in a full breakfast. But, for a 19-year-old teenager from Hamilton, Canada, they go from hand to face. A group of people were seated together having breakfast in a local restaurant when a 19-year-old teenager at the table became upset. He grabbed the bacon and eggs from his plate and threw it at a random stranger seated at the same table. According to police, the victim became disorientated. Not only that, but he suffered from minor injuries and was sent to the hospital. The weapon was in fact the food, and the intent was to cause injury or harm. It was not accidental, and officers investigated with evidence to support the charges. The incoming Christmas ham. It can be difficult for a family to agree on which day to get together for a holiday. Competing schedules can cause some stress and tension, and may lead to raised voices and hurt feelings. For a family in London, Kentucky, a dispute over which day to hold Christmas dinner led to something far more serious, a charge for 4th-degree assault. Clearly pushed way past his breaking point, David D. Brannon, 21, lost it during an argument, and threw a Christmas ham at a family member. When police arrived, they found Brannon fleeing the scene with a piece of ham. Police caught up to him eventually, and arrested him immediately. During their investigation, police officers found several objects on the kitchen floor, including leftover pieces of ham. Along with the assault charge, Brannon was also hit with a charge for running away from police.